Hey YouTube, Twig here, bringing you all an update to my Morphtronic Yugioh deck profile for post-Power of the Elements. The biggest surprise that probably came out of the Power of the Elements set for me was the fact that they incorporated the Morphtronics from what was supposed to be the Earth Duelist pack for the TCG, but I guess, maybe they just didn't think that the Duelist pack would do as well as some of the past ones, so they decided to add the Morphtronic cards from this Duelist pack into the latest main Yu-Gi-Oh! Booster set. The Morphtronic cards were definitely ones I was waiting for, and to just have them, earlier than anticipated definitely was a great reveal for me. So I'm very happy with the results of the update for the deck. We have new synchros for the deck in the form of a new Morphtronic synchro, a new power tool, and a bunch of new main deck Morphtronic spells and monsters. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the deck profile. So for the Morphtronic monsters, I'm running 3 of the new Morphtronic Telephon. It is a machine tuner on attack position. Just like all the Morphtronics, they have different monster effects if they're in attack or defense. In attack position, once per turn during your main phase, you can roll a 6-sided die and gain life points equal to the results times 100. Then you can special summon 1 Morphtronic monster from your graveyard with a level equal to or lower than the results. And in defense position, once per turn during your main phase, you can roll a 6-sided dice and excavate that many cards from the top of your deck, as many cards as you can. And if you do, send 1 excavated Morphtronic card to the graveyard, then place the rest on either the top or bottom of the deck in any order. So this can set you up for some of your other Morphtronic cards like Morphtronic Cellphon and Smartphone, but also just being able to set up those cards while also utilizing cards in the graveyard with your Telephon is a great additional level 1 tuner to the deck, just giving you more and more resources to use with this card. It's great because you have Surge Power with Smartphone, Special Summon Power from the deck with Cellphon, and now you have the graveyard recyclability with your Telephon. For another 3-of for the new Morphtronic support, I'm also running 3 Gadget Gamer. When this card is normal summon, you can add 1 level 1 machine monster from your deck to your hand. You contribute this card to special summon 1 Morphtronic monster from your hand. Then you can special summon 1 Gadget Hauler from your hand or deck. You can only use each effect of Gadget Gamer once per turn. So the fact that we actually have to use Gadget Hauler in the deck now is just an added monster to get out into the field much more quickly for us to summon out our Power Tool Dragon. Really plays into the playstyle that Leo went for with this deck, but being able to search out any of our level 1 machine monsters gives us access to Telephon and Smartphone and Cellphon for those special summons from our hand. Then being able to special summon the Gadget Hauler if you have the tuner monster being your Morphtronic Telephon and then your Gadget Hauler. That is your play right there for your level 7 synchro play, whether you want to go for your Power Tool Dragon, which most of the time is the main play you want to go for, being your level 7 monster that can also search out the different equip spells we run. And I also run 2 Morphtronic Scannon. It cannot be normal summoned or set. It must be special summoned from your hand by banishing 1 Morphtronic monster from your hand. In attack position, once per turn during your main phase, you can add 1 Morphtronic spell or trap from your deck to your hand, then place 1 card from your hand on the top of your deck. And in defense position, once per turn during your main phase, you can add 1 level 4 or lower Morphtronic monster from your graveyard to your hand, then place 1 card from your hand on the top of your deck. The spell and trap card search really gives us options for some of the new cards like Morphtronic Converter, but also being able to utilize some of the old cards like our equip spell, Morphtronic Repair Unit, which can then just help to special summon more Morphtronic cards from the graveyard back onto the field. It's all very, very useful with Scannon as another special summon option. So if you have this resource in your hand, add it to your hand for a play, and being a level 6 tuner, it works well for some of the other setup you can go for in the deck, being a higher level tuner, to then work in tandem with your Morphtronic Cellphon being a level 1 non-tuner machine monster. For some of the older support, I still run the 3 Morphtronic Cellphon. It has the special summon option, just like the other ones, with the dice roll, then being able to excavate the top cards of your deck, and then special summon an excavated Morphtronic monster from among them to the field that's level 4 or lower, and then in defense mode, it lets you check the top cards of your deck. The attack position effect of your Morphtronic Cellphon is definitely the better of the card effects, being able just to special summon more and more cards out into the field. You can't summon cards like Morphtronic Scannon, which is another reason why I'm only running 2 of this card in the deck, but still very, very powerful for the other special summons you can do. And I also run 3 Morphtronic Smartphone. Being a level 1 tuner, it cannot be normal summoned or set. It must be special summoned from the hand by banishing 1 Morphtronic monster from your graveyard. And when it's in attack position, you can roll a 6-sided die, then excavate that many cards from the top of your deck and add 1 excavated Morphtronic card, and then shuffle the rest back into the deck. So what can go really well with Smartphone is you can still excavate and add your Morphtronic Scannon. Since it says a Morphtronic card, you can also add plenty of the other Morphtronic spells that we're running in the deck for you to add to your hand with this this card. And being a level 1 tuner, just more power with your plays, whether you go into a level 2 synchro with your Self-On, or even a level 7 synchro option with your Gadget Hauler that you can summon off of the Gadget Gamer. And then for the last of the 3-ofs for the Morphtronic monsters, just 3 Morphtronic Remote. In the Banish play with this card is what I like the most, just being able to add more for the Banish with this, and being a level 3 tuner, gives you more of an adjusted play for what you may want to summon out with a level 3 tuner, and for some of our other plays, being a level 7 Synchro monster in the form of Power Tool Dragon. You can use it to summon out some bigger Synchro monsters in the deck, like Baron de Fleur, which just needs 1 tuner and 1 or more non-tuner monsters. And then for the 1-ofs for the monsters, I run the 1 Gadget Hauler. It's the special summon card off of the Gadget Gamer that you want to summon. Once per turn, you can send any number of Morphtronic monsters from your hand to the graveyard to have this card gain 800 attack for each. You really won't use it at all for this unless you want that graveyard setup to then maybe use with Morphtronic Telephone for the play to gain life and then special summon 1 back onto the field. But then you also just have this level 6 non-tuner to use for synchro plays, whether it be with your Morphtronic Smartphone or your Morphtronic Telephone. And I also run the 1 Morphtronic Boomboxin for the level 4 option for the special summon, and the 1 Morphtronic Scopin. They both come in handy for the level 4 tuner play that Scopin can provide, giving you a level 10 synchro into Baron de Fleur, with your other play being with Gadget Hauler, and then Boomboxin being an additional level 4 target to summon with Smartphone on the field to go into cards like Naturia Beast. And that is it for the monsters. We'll now move on to the spells. I run 3 of the new Morphtronic Converter. You target 1 machine monster you control. Apply the following effects depending on its battle position. If it's in attack position, you special summon 1 Morphtronic monster from your deck with a different name than that targeted monster. Then place the targeted monster on the top of the deck. So if you summon out a different Morphtronic monster with this card, if you placed it on the top of the deck, depending on what you special summon, you can either add it to your hand or special summon it, since a lot of times your targets will be level 1 Morphtronic monsters, and they can either work well being Smartphone or Self-On. And then the defense play, you can change the target monster to attack position. If you do special summon 1 level 4 or lower machine monster from your hand, you can activate 1 Morphtronic Converter per turn. So being able to switch it means it gives you more incentive to want to summon out the special summon Morphtronic monster in defense, because then you can activate Converter, switching it to attack. There's no limit to when you can use the Morphtronic cards. You can use the defense play, and then the biggest weakness of the deck was just that you have to change it to attack position or the different position to then use the other effect, which you can do much more quickly now with Morphtronic Converter. I also run 3 Morphtronic Repair Unit. Being a send and special summon option, you send a Morphtronic monster from your hand to the graveyard to special summon another one from your graveyard and equip it with this card. It helps because then you can also target the one that you discarded if you have another Morphtronic monster in your graveyard already. And it's searchable with some of the other Morphtronic cards like Smartphone, and just more of the equip search with cards like Power Tool Dragon. And I also run 3 Junk Box. It doesn't have Morphtronic in its name, but still a great special summon card because it's not a once per turn. You can special summon a level 4 lower Morphtronic from your graveyard, and you just destroy it during the end phase. So it doesn't negate its effects, it's just that it's destroyed during the end phase. So if you use it for another summon, you won't, have to worry about the destruction play that it'll do. For some of the equip spells that I run in the deck, because along with Power Tool Dragon, we are also running Power Tool Braver Dragon, which is a card that fully utilizes different equip spells. So I am running 2 of the new Life Extreme. Equip only to an Earth Synchro monster. The equipped monster battles an opponent's monster. The opponent's monster loses 1500 attack during damage calculation only, and once per turn, if a monster battle position is changed, except during the damage step, you can target 1 card on the field, destroy it, and if this card is sent from the spell and trap card zone to the graveyard, you contribute 1 Power Tool Synchro monster to special summon 1 Lifestream Dragon from your extra deck, and this is treated as a synchro summon. This is just a faster way for you to get out Lifestream Dragon onto the field, with this card being another great card to equip onto your Earth Synchro monster, being your Power Tool Dragon. And with it, all you have to do is equip it to an Earth Synchro monster. So you do have the option with your Power Tool Braver Dragon to then re-equip your Life Extreme back onto this card after you summon it out. For the other 1-ofs for the equip spells, I run 1 Power of the Guardians, just another great way to boost up your monster's attack every time it attacks and protect it from being destroyed by battle or card effect. 1 Metal Silver Armor as a way just to make it so your opponent has to target that monster on the field to begin with, and another great equip option. And 1 Different Dimension Reincarnation. You banish a lot with cards like Morphtronic Smartphone, so being able to special summon those cards back as another equip play is just why I like running a 1-of this equip spell. And for the rest of the spells in the deck, I run 3 Machine Duplication. If you can set up 1 Self-On on the field, having Machine Duplication to give you 2 additional Self-On the field, that means you have all 3 Self-Ons to use their Excavation Special Summon plays, and an extra Monster Zone, so you can then take the first Self-On you use, placing that monster you summon out into the extra Monster Zone, and having plenty of space for the remainder of the last 2 Self-Ons, along with the other additional monster you may have special summoned off of the first Self-On. And then the remainder of the main deck consists of 1 Monster Reborn, 1 1-for-1, and 1 Foolish Burial. The graveyard setup for Foolish Burial, you can special summon a good majority of cards off of 1-for-1, including the new Morphtronic Telephon, and Monster Reborn is pretty self-explanatory, with just any target in the graveyard to come back into the field to use. And that is it for the main deck. We'll now move on to the extra deck. For the Synchro Monsters, I run 1 Power Tool Dragon, your easiest tuner, not tuner, that would be Lifestream Dragon, your level 7 Synchro Dragon to go into, giving you an Equip Search onto the field, and if it will be destroyed while equipped with an Equip spell, you can send that card to the graveyard instead. The 1 Lifestream Dragon for the 4,000 change of your life points, and just also being able to remove from one of your Equip spells from your graveyard instead if it would be destroyed on the field. And the fact that with cards like your Life Stream Extreme to use to summon this card out, much easier than having to use your Power Tool Dragon and then 1 other tuner, which a lot of the times with that tuner I would prefer to go into one of the other synchros that we run in the deck. But I also run the Power Tool Braver Dragon, a much easier rarity to get in the latest booster pack, being a super rare. You need 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner monster. If this card's special summon, you can equip up to 3 equip spells with different names from your deck and or graveyard to this card, and during the main phase quick effect, you can send one of your equip spells equipped to this card to the graveyard to target 1 effect monster on the field with either change its battle position or negates effects to the end of the turn. You can only use each effect of Power Tool Braver Dragon once per turn, but that play gives you a way to get around some powerful attack position monsters your opponent may have, but also giving you that effect negation and all the plenty of equip spells equipped onto it, and being able to make use of the graveyard ones. If you open up early equip spells early game, you still can use them with Power Tool Braver Dragon. It is a level 9 monster, so it's also able to be summoned quite easily with cards like your Gadget Hauler being a level 9 and your Remote being able to go into those plays to summon it out. And very rarely you can also use your Lifestream Dragon with your Self-On because it is a level 8 monster and Self-On's a level 1 non-tuner while Lifestream is a level 8 to summon out. So you can go from your Power Tool Dragon to Lifestream Dragon right back to Power Tool Braver Dragon. I also run 1 Morphtronic Earphone. It is the Morphtronic Synchro monster we've definitely been waiting for. 1 tuner, 1 non-tuner. While this card is an equipped card, the equipped monster can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. You can only use each of the following effects of Earphone once per turn. If it's special summon, you can target 1 face-up monster on the field, treat it as a tuner until the end of this turn, and you can target 1 synchro monster on the field and equip it with this card from your field or graveyard to it. So it's great because that is what this play was meant to do, being an additional equip spell for a monster you have on your field, and that is what the Morphtronic play for this setup was. It's a very easy level 4 monster to summon out, so I only run the 1 though. I feel that's all you need for the deck. I also run 1 Formula Synchron for the easy draw power and level 2 summon Herald of the Arclight for another reason, just like Earphone, a level 4 easy synchro monster to summon out, and then have a negate on the field. 1 Cupid Pitcher for the additional tuner adjustments. 1 Naturia Beast for the level 5 Earth plays with Boomboxing or any of our other Earth monsters. 1 Borreload Savage Dragon. For some of the Link monsters we do run, this can be a great negation on the field. 1 Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. And additionally 1 Baron de Fleur. A pretty generic synchro lineup, but works very well and very easy to summon out in the deck. And for the Link monsters, I run 1 Link Karibo with all level 1 monsters. This is probably the easiest Link monster to make use of in the deck. Halqifibrax for the tuner special summon, and 1 Apollosa. You can get a ton of monsters on the field, so most of the time you should be able to have 4 counters on Apollosa to begin with the last monster for the extra deck just being 1 Lyra Lusk Ensemble Blue Robin. I like this Xyz monster because there are situations where you get 2 tuner monsters on the field. You can't make a synchro play, so you can at least use the 2 to overlay into this Xyz monster, which can be used to bounce back your opponent's own monsters. As for some of the go-to plays in the deck, one of my favorites revolving around the new Gadget Gamer. Like I said, when it's normal summon, you can add 1 level 1 machine monster from your deck to your hand, and you can tribute summon this card to special summon 1 Morphtronic monster from your hand. So then what you'll do is you'll add your Telephon off of Gadget Gamer, tribute this card, special summoning out the Telephon, and also the additional summon of your Gadget Hauler from your deck onto the field. Right there, that is your play, but you can also go for the life point gain off of Telephon, but if it's the first play, you can just go right for the synchro play to then summon out your Power Tool Dragon. Using Power Tool Dragon, you can then, if you don't have the other ones in your hand already, reveal all 3 of the Morphtronic Repair unit in your hand, and your opponent will pick one at random, but you'll just add that Morphtronic Repair unit, regardless of which one it is, to your hand. You'll activate it if you have another Morphtronic card in your hand ready to use. You could just discard that card to the graveyard, special summoning out the level 1 Telephon, and having that already discarded card in the graveyard, you can summon out Telephon, using it again for the special summon onto the field of your Morphtronic monster, giving you that additional one on the field as well. And then you can even go for the additional level 8 synchro play with your 2 cards on the field, being your Lifestream Dragon. If you used another Morphtronic monster, let's say you got lucky and you had Morphtronic Selphon, along with the special summons you could have got with your Selphon, you can then have that play I spoke of before with the already special summoned Selphon on the field and the Lifestream Dragon to use both of those monsters to then go into your Power Tool Braver Dragon and use the Power Tool Braver Dragon to equip the 3 different Morphtronic cards in the deck, along with the other 2 generic ones I spoke of, onto this card, giving you a boosted powered synchro monster on the field that can also have a battle position change effect or a monster effect negation effect with each equipped card you remove. But that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoy the video. Morphtronics are one of my favorite decks, so the fact that we got early support was just an extra bonus to me. I really do love this deck, and I can't wait to do some more play testing with it as well. And as always, until next time, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and Kira Twig out.